receipt. Yeah, I put over ABC, over ABC. I put over ABC, over ABC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon gods on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charts glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's the wave we ride. I've been grinding through the nights while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon gods on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Crypto hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. From the charts to the stage, man, you know who it be. It's that Lunar Beaches fam putting on endlessly.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Thank you all for joining me. I do greatly appreciate it. It is a Monday, June 15th, 2026 at 10:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just hopped in along, and it's bouncing so far. Maybe should have put a little bit more on that now that I'm looking at it, but that's okay. It is a short-term scalp. It's looking okay so far. Had a couple of different ideas here. We'll see if either of these plays out. Right now, I just jumped in on this one, and it's getting a nice little pump. So we shall see. This comes up to value area high of the local range from this high. Anchored volume profile from this high. So, we'll see. We'll see. We're inside the value area. So, I was thinking maybe it'll get a pull back to the downside after sweeping some liquidity to the upside. But, so, how was everybody's weekend? Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hope you had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Friday night, I watched the United States beat up, I assume, a bad Paraguay team, or I assume that because the United States scored 4 goals. All of the entire last World Cup, FIFA World Cup, the United States men's team scored 3 goals. The entire cup. Which for them would have been like 4 games. So, there you go. So, we scored 4. Amazing. My secondary team, Germany, won their first match 7-1. So, that's cool. So that was fun. And then Saturday we had our oldest graduation, high school graduation party, pool party. That was a lot of fun. That evening we came home. Some of the people that were there at the graduation party came over. We watched Game 5 and played a game called Gibberish, I think. You gotta try and sound out a phrase that's on a card. But it's like written in gibberish, and you gotta guess it. It's a fun game, fun family game, fun friend game too. And then yesterday it was just I was gonna say chill, but I mean it was a pretty chill day. But then we had the UFC last night, which was pretty cool. Did you guys watch? What'd you think? What'd you think? I mean, I love UFC as it is, but seeing the White House, like there were some just absolutely stellar shots. Stellar shots. It was absolutely gorgeous and super American, which I particularly love. Well, what's going on? Alexandra G, Mod Boss, Mod Boss, Mod Queen, Mod God. Thank you for being here and thank you for pinning that Discord link in the chat. I do greatly appreciate you for doing that. We've got Melissa One Love as well. How you doing, Melissa? LBC OG. How you doing? How you doing? All set in the house. What's going on? All set. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Zooming on out real quick. Let's give a little bit of a rundown on Bitcoin. So weekly, we did close the week bullish. And now we got to see what happens from here. We did SFP, the low, and then got another candle close, weekly candle close above that low. Fantastic. This value area that I have up here, I do believe is yes. So this is the one value area that is based, that is anchored to the all-time high. And so this, right now, we are battling up against the point of control of this range at $66,879. If we can get a weekly close above that, we might see a continuation push up to the value area high at about $90,000. It can happen, but we got to get above this giant node here. And not just that, but we've got a nice one sticking out right there, right at the 50% retracement of this range. So got to be mindful of that. But getting above that point of control means we could pull back, hitting our heads on that 50, but then get the pullback to the point of control and then continuation. I'd welcome that. But we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. October 26th, so this is how much time we theoretically have left in the bear market. And I still think we might get that final flush later on. I think it's playing out the choppy for quite some time scenario, and it just kind of goes sideways a little bit, and then it flushes one last time, and then we get the reversal, and then accumulation occurs on top of the old all-time high, getting ready for the next bull run. We can only hope. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get pushing. 2027, 2028, 2029 is when we top. And we do it all over again. 2029, that's the first year of an administration, so we actually top in 2029. And then we come down up, and then down for 2030 midterm year. And yeah, it's just another cycle right there. And then something happens and Bitcoin breaks and it goes to zero. JK. Rowling. All right, back over here. Ooh. Oh, it took the equal lows. Can we get a push back up? So first scenario, invalidated. I do have my stop place here. That's actually misleading. My bad. My stop is placed here. It's not looking good for it either way. Random Dumpsky. Typical Asia. Get rid of this X. We do have some relatively equal highs here. I wonder if it'll come for this low and then run it back. That would be another option. Of course, of course. You wanted to go lower first. I get it. I get it. Oh, and there it goes. Bam! Stopped out. Just like that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, we got 10 seconds. Are we going to SFP? Sweeping the equal lows? Or 3, 2, 1. Ruh-roh. Closed below. Second idea. Invalidated. Pachow. Bye-bye. Good evening, Army Viber. What's going on, bro? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Sticking around. So that's the idea here with Bitcoin on the higher time frames. Oil getting a nice dip after the news of the potential end to the Iran war. I say potential because well, Israel still exists. I better be careful though. But no, for real though, Israel still exists. And they can do whatever they want. And if that is to bomb Lebanon or something again, they're going to do it. And if that destroys our deal, then I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. This fib doesn't make sense. Get rid of it. Did you see that BTC rejected perfect on the 4-hour dynamic reactor where I talked about this morning? I did not. Have not looked at old bitty boy on the 4-hour with the dynamic reactor. Ba-ding! Ha! Look at that. Got a buy signal though. A strong buy signal. Buy the pullback. Maybe. Potentially. Money flow in the green. I'd say that's a good place to start. Fair value gap. 4 hour fair value gap. Can I turn this whole push into one fair value gap? That is a question. Oh, we have an IFVG right here. Inverse fair value gap. Demand zone. Fibs. 786. Or are we going to front run? If it's going to push. I did this morning, but working. That was a perfect call. Nice one. It's been Tennessee hot AF. I'm cooked. Yeah. It actually wasn't even that bad today. Well, today was pretty nice. It is supposed to get hotter, especially Wednesday and Thursday. But it's still only like 89, 90, which isn't terrible. Definitely not terrible. Yeah, we got some overbought signals going on here as well. Let's see, this is the blowfin. Let's go to the buy bit. So yeah, there as well. Go to the 15. Yep, still. But so that POC is at 65.86. We got 15-minute dynamic reactor here. Hold on, where was I? Here. 15-minute there, 4 hour here. Hold on. I guess I'll do blowfin. Okay. Now, no wicks up here, so that's interesting. It's a pretty strong bullish candle. You get a close at the high. That is typically a good sign. However, you got the pullback immediately after. Let's go to the hourly. I mean, still flat up there. If there's no wick, it usually don't stick. Meaning, the high is not a strong high. There's not a giant wick here, which says to me it can go higher. Slow little drip. Maybe quick flush. And then continue up and onward. Because one thing I have noticed about this price action is that it's been quite impulsive. Typical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction. This is like a running flat, and then your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would call that a 6. Nice 3 drives pattern. And then roll over. Think it might want to come for these lows. But still, nice impulsive 5-wave moves. Could even say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in there. It's in there. On the 1 minute, if anything. Oof. So close. It did take it though. And that counts. Lots of highs up here. Lots of juicy highs that look like they want to get taken out. So impulsive price action is what I've been telling you guys that I need to see in order for me to feel even remotely, slightly like there's a chance that we have reversed and that a local bottom might actually be in, if not the bottom. Do I think that? Not necessarily. Still think we got more to go. Lower to go. I still don't think it's much lower. I'm still thinking the 54 to 56K range. Just macro golden pocket. And lines up with some other things as well. The 300 weekly SMA, which we can zoom out, take a look at that. And the EMA, 300 weekly EMA. And that's currently sitting at 54,263. Now this is, I need something with a little bit more history on it. Let's go to Coinbase. Pretty much the same, 54,279. I gotta get rid of these drawings because that's just craziness. So the 300 weekly SMA is what I'm looking for here. Why the 300? Well, I gotta go to something that's got all of the time. Go to the index. Starting from all the way back here, I mean, it's very close to tapping it there. Pretty much taps it here. Definitely, I mean, it falls below it during the FTX crash. It might have still hovered above if it wasn't for FTX. Who knows? We're not here to try and play hypothetical here. I mean, do it all the time, and there's nothing wrong with playing hypotheticals. Doing hypotheticals is actually good for critical thought. So train your brain to understand hypotheticals because it's how you figure out whether or not whatever you're thinking is even logical, realistic. Had upper 90s last 4 days. Ooh, yeah, it's pretty close. So yeah, looking for that for us to come down and at least get a little bit closer to that 300 week. That sits at $54,289 per the index chart. And we also have the golden pocket right there as well. So pretty cool. That one got down to 786, which was right there, right at the 300. I mean, right at it, right there. 300 weekly and 786 together. Amazing. And look at this. What is this? 236? 236. All of this. Lots of confluence in here. I like that. Guess it's just you and me, LBC. Our friends stop by and say, yeah, I see ya. See you later. I don't know. Some people might be still be. I mean, it says I've got 8 viewers, so I don't know how accurate that is. I will talk to just you, Harp. But thank you for joining, and thank you for talking. I'll talk to you. What's going on, Alan? How you doing, bro? So yeah, I think at some point we will at least give this a test. That doesn't mean this thing can't just pop up and kind of chop around and do whatever. Then come down and tap it. Get like a triple bottom or something in here. And that 300 just sneaks up. And you just bounce off of it. I mean, there you go. It's okay. I understand, Piper, and everyone else. If you don't comment or anything like that, I understand I'm on late, but I do know I have viewers from overseas. And for a lot of them, it's like 5 a.m. So I'm in a kind of in a spot where my best viewers are probably California and Asia Pacific or something. Japan, speaking of which, BOJ rate decision. Everybody's worried about the unwinding of the carry trade. Again. BOJ forecast, actual tentative. I hate it when it's tentative. Will y'all get on a schedule? That'd be great. Excuse me. So the last time they raised 0.25% was in December. And October, hold on, let me see more. September. Let's see, January 23rd, 2020. No. September 19th, 2024 is when they raised rates to 0.25%. I was wanting to look at this today. Because we were talking about it. DDT and I were talking about it in JR's Discord earlier. Oh, cool. We got peeps. Yay. What'd you say? 10:30 a.m. here? Where are you at? I'm laying in bed with my pup and wife watching my dude on TV. You're watching me on the TV, dude? 34 minutes. Just watch the USD JPY. If it dumps, beware. It's dumped every time. Good evening, my ninja, Jay Rizzle. He heard his name and he said, "Hey, how you doing?" What's going on, Jay Ara? How you doing, bro? Your ears burning? So what? When did I say? See, it was a forecast at 0.1 and they raised it to 0.25 July 30th of 2024. So that was here-ish. Here. Yeah. So I was right when I was talking about it this morning. I thought it was maybe this one though, but it's actually this one. Because I remember we got some kind of news where we got bullish in here, and then we had the surprise increase in the Bank of Japan rate, and that caused the unwinding, which caused our last little flush here of this range. What if we got a nice little last little flush here this week? Because they're expecting a rate hike. They're expecting to go up another 0.25%. So if they're already expecting it, then ooh, has the market not already priced it in? Piper? Nice to hear Mama is still there and not in her home. You bought her? Hi, Mama. It was my whole show today. What was your whole show? Oh, Bank of Japan? I caught the very end. I told you to catch me up to recap. Remember? BOJ talk. What's going on, Band-Aid? Or are you a Band-Aid? Maybe. That's kind of a weird thing. Maybe a Band-Aid. Weird as in like, it's weird. Maybe it's a Band-Aid? Or maybe it's something else? Can I do a 10-day? I'm trying to get down to one fair value gap here, okay? Work with me. 8-day? 7-day. I mean, that's there, but that's not what I'm looking for. They are Band-Aid? Oh, wait, hold on. Top chat. So dumb. You called it this morning, Piper. See, Alexandra came up in here. She knows. The rate hike is cooked in. The second and third order effects to the yen is not. If the yen spikes, carry trade gets very expensive. Interesting. Well, let's go look at the yen. This is the dollar versus the yen. And I'm going to be honest. I don't like this setup. 7-day. Hold on. Let's go to the weekly. There we go. Why don't I like the setup? Now it's dating all the way back to December of 23. So I might be going a little crazy here, but no. 300 week. Where's my volume? Owanda? Yeah, there we got volume there. Volume, money flow coming to the upside. Momentum kind of waning a little bit, but holding the 0 line. True 7 is above the 0 line. So if this spikes upwards, then that means the yen is actually dropping, because this is the US dollar versus the yen. So if this pops, that means the US dollar is gaining against the yen. What if I did USD JPY slash USD CAD plus Euro USD? Nope, can't do that. This isn't gonna work. Never mind. Can I do JPY USD and it act right? Yeah? Okay. Wow. The Japanese yen looks like a dying altcoin compared to the dollar. So, look, it's Link. Look, it's Ada. Sorry, Cardano fans. The yen spiking would be inverse there on that chart. Yes. The pre-breakout chart. Yeah. So will the yen spike? Will the yen spike like a volleyball? It's just dying. What would make it spike? Like, why would it spike? I guess an increase in demand for the Japanese yen because their rate is a little higher. So people, their interest rate's a little higher, 1%. You get a whole percent. I don't know. Is that enough to encourage a lot of investors? I will say this looks like a freaking squeeze waiting to happen. Pew. Looks like a squeeze. What I can do, what I like to do, let's take a look at old Bitty Boy compared to the Japanese yen. Yen spikes, Bitcoin falls. Interesting. Yen spikes. They both fall together for some reason. Whoops. Baby, come back. Thank you. Yen spikes. Bitcoin sideways. Dump first. Actually spikes here first. Boom on the yen carry trade. Yes, money pulls back to Japan out of foreign markets. There you go. You gotta cover that arbitrage. Arbitrage. Sure, jibber jabber. Bullish divergence. Hidden. Bullish divergence. That was nice bullish divergence there on that spike. Now you see over time, I would expect it down and to the right as long as the dollar is still strong relative to the rest of fiat. And honestly, I think the Clarity Act could be a genius way of getting the dollar, of making the dollar stronger. And the question then becomes for Bitcoiners who happen to be Americans as well. Are you okay with a stronger dollar? Does it defeat the whole narrative of Bitcoin? I think no. I do not. I do not think Bitcoin like just dies because the dollar gets stronger. I don't think it fundamentally changes what it is and what it is used for. Actually, I got pretty deep yesterday with my chat talking about all of this. And because I saw this Reddit post, someone going over exactly what I just said, the Clarity Act and all that, and how that whole thing just kind of is really like kind of against the initial thought of crypto, or the initial ideology of crypto, and how it's failed that, rejecting that point of control on of this range. And I was just like, I was breaking it down, and I was just thinking, okay, Clarity Act makes more dollar demand because stablecoin companies, whoever, not just companies, stablecoin companies, Walmart, they will create a Walmart coin. These corporations could all have their own private coins. And Walmart could literally issue a yield on their coin just for holding their coin. Tokenized stock as well. Maybe you could pay for things with tokenized stock. Of course, there's tax implications with that, or you'd have to dramatically change the tax code if you're doing that. If you can just spend your tokenized stock somewhere, that was a thought that I was just like, that's kind of insane. I could literally just, without so many hoops to jump through, because I could still hop in a trade today, make money, and then send that USDT to my wallet, and then convert that to USDC, and then spend it. But that's like a whole bunch of steps. But if you can just spend your stock, your tokenized stock that you own, okay, maybe we're talking about something. And maybe there's like some kind of stipulations with that. Maybe I thought about this too. I was like, okay, if you're spending Walmart stock at Walmart, no capital gains tax. But if you spend it somewhere else other than Walmart, capital gains tax. Why not at Walmart? Well, because you're spending it at the place of which you own stock of. So it's kind of like investing into your own company. And if they offered a yield, maybe you could stake something. And if they offered a yield, you could take your money that you make from the yield and go buy stuff from the same location, creating this circular thing of demand and growth. And do that times millions, times tens of thousands of different companies. Then think about the implications of tokenized stocks for small businesses. What if your local small business can issue their own coin and put it on the market, and then they go out and market themselves, or the community markets them, or the community can directly buy shares of the company that helps boost their growth? They could then share their shares and go out and then and boost the growth of the company, and then grow the company, boost the value of the company is what I meant. And then the people from the community can sell some of their shares, and they can go buy from that store that they love so much. There's so many different things. And then I get into DAOs, and I'm like, man, we could do funding, government funding with DAOs, and we could do uh, uh, oh, what was the other one? House deeds. The housing market could literally change with smart contracts and NFTs for the deeds. NFTs can have a use case outside of JPEGs. Yes, it can. But the point is, this person said that crypto is going to fail as its core mission because of the Clarity Act. And the more I dug into it to refute it, the more I agreed more and more with myself to like, no, man, what it sounds like you are opposing in this post is crypto adoption. And when they confused TradFi absorbing crypto in some kind of capacity as being antithetical to crypto. But the thing is crypto that this person probably thinks of it as, is like the culture, and basically the culture. But when you think at it from a technology standpoint, this is like every new technology that comes out. It gets absorbed by the system that it currently resides, or that it is surrounded by. And if it gets absorbed and it's being used, well, then that's not a failure. That's people adopting blockchain and using it. Just may not be the way you wanted them to use it. And who knows how you want that to be used. But in my opinion, you are still opening up capital flow. You are increasing the velocity of money because of the instant settlements and the efficiency of crypto, of blockchain technology, to be more specific, more precise. And I could just go on and on about the benefits and how it really just helps kind of unlock capital and capitalism. You get rid of a lot of middlemen that can help lower cost, and also, which could also boost growth of the dollar. We got all of our gold. It's been repriced to the upside. We've got investors coming in because our bonds are ridiculously high. Lots of things to think about. 1% in Japan is the highest rate there in 30 years. It's been cheap to borrow and invest elsewhere. When it's not as cheap, holding carry trades gets expensive, so people tend to sell investments. Yes, Americans need a weaker dollar. Too much debt, it will just get weaker at a slower pace than the rest of the world. Yes, exactly, Alan. Over 80% of international currency flows into USD in 2025. Still the big dog. Take a loan against your stock. Exactly, again, Alan. It's crypto absorbing TradFi. And that's another way to look at it too. I mean, it's not really one absorbing the other. It's this new technology and it's getting adopted. And it's like another layer to what we currently have, except we're making things a little bit more decentralized. A lot more decentralized. And I'm excited to see where we can take it. I'm really excited to see where we can take it. It's good stuff. USDT dominance. Getting a sweep of the high. Was that an SFP last week? No, we didn't get this high. We didn't get these highs. Dang, we didn't get those highs. Would have liked that. What about stables? I still got to add that to my dang chart. Stable. .c crypto stablecoins market cap. That's the market cap. .c .d. Crypto stablecoins dominance. 14 percentile. And we did get an SFP. Interesting. Lower. Then high again. Then death. Which is good for us. Not death, but you know what I mean. The Russell. Bullish engulfing last week. Ooh, that's sexy. The daily. Not looking bad. Breakout. Back test. See if we can get a continuation here. It might drop down at first. Or overnight maybe. Or maybe at market open tomorrow. Push down and then finish to the upside. We'll see. NASDAQ. Ooh, dirty gap. Dirty gap. Oh, that's a weekly gap too. Would not be surprised to see us come back for that. Weekly gap and an IFVG. Ooh. I think it comes back for that at the very least. We'll see though. Get all these random doodles off of here. My God. Jeez. Jeez oh Pate. Cheese on feet. SPY, same deal. Yeah. Pretty big gap. Needs. I'd like it to get a tap before we try and push higher. How long before more stock is held on blockchain than big banks? It's a good question. Honestly, I could see everything that I was talking about earlier actually not being the best of deal for banks. Might not be the best thing for banks. From the real estate all the way to the medical info on NFTs. That's another one too. close above that fair value gap. Ooh, did the perp get into the fair value gap? No, that's good. Yeah, I still think so. We got to flip 66,879. And then immediately after that, we got to flip 70,000. Basically 78,000. 70, I said 78, 71. 70,000. 700, 900, 943. 700, 943. Like I said, basically $71,000. Got to flip that. And yeah, and I mean, you flip that, and I think up here at about 90K becomes very likely at the value area high. Coming up short maybe at this little spike here. Kind of hit a little bit of a wall here at about 86. About 86. That's when you got to start to climb the wall. Big old wall. So you might hit that head on first. So it would come up and bam. Then we'll see what it does from there. If it wants to go again. Got a feeling that area would smack us down pretty hard. I mean, previous range, right? That's where this is going to be supply. So, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I do believe we might get a nice little pump here. We might not, because everybody and their mom is aware of the Japan carry trade, and might go the opposite of what people are thinking, maybe. And because the markets like to trip you up like that. But ultimately, regardless, I think we get up in that area, and then we probably go down and sideways for a little while. So maybe some ugly stuff, ugly stuff getting us into Q4. We don't have to even take the low. The bottom could be in, and we might just chop about. But I still think we do the typical chop here towards late bear market, because that's what it likes to do. We like to get a lot of chop, a lot of accumulation. And right now, that's not the level. We got to break that if we want to get that. If we even want the short-term push higher, we got to break that. So, good stuff. Kind of rounding off here on the daily, on the momentum. Money flows in the red. True 7 is trying to push to the upside, but it's still below the zero line. But the bearish power bar is fading. A little bit of a mixed bag, which I would expect, but well, how long? Yeah, no idea. No idea. Who's taking my time, bro? Who's taking my people? Who's live right now? Taking my people, dude. Don't they know me? Don't they know who I am? I'm the juggernaut. This would be pretty sick. Get that push up, push down, lower. 300 week bounce. This pushes down. Starts the round. Bullish. Bull div. Bullish bull div. And you got 3 pushes to the downside, right? Or 3 drives that we've been talking about. And you have climbing highs or lows on your RSI. So recipe, really good recipe for the reversal pattern. That I think we're gonna. I think this is what I would put my money on. This is it. Except I think this will go up here, and I think we will come down here into October. Maybe not that low. Come down here, get that, tap that 300 week, get our third drive down, and then off and away we go. This one might not even take out the high. Now that I think about it, we want people to be like super bearish coming down here because why? Well, because they will sell more. Why do we need them to sell more? Because the market makers gotta fill their orders, aka the whales. And when you're trying to fill a whole bunch of orders, when you're trying to buy a whole bunch, you need sellers. And there you go. You need sellers. People need to come in to buy so that you can buy. BOJ in 3 minutes? Let's see. Man, they never on time, bro. They are never on. That's why it's tentative, because they're never on time. Are they going to surprise us with the higher than that rate? So we're getting a dump leading into it. Funny how that works. Just dump. Hold. Start to climb our way out. Break the POC. Start running. Why? Who knows? You ain't never know with these fools. You ain't never know. But right now, the only low I care about is this one right here. Because this is where impulsive price action started. So this low needs a hold, in my opinion. $63, $643. That's the low that needs a hold. You take that low. Impulse is done. It's not a 5-wave impulse. And honestly, in the higher time frames, this kind of looks like an ABC, which would be corrective. The lower time frames do look like impulses, though. Nice ABC. And then let's see if it can bounce. If it can bounce, then this potentially could be one of two things, depending on how high it bounces. If it's a nice, decent bounce up to that 50, and you get a pullback, and then you push again, breaking the 50, then we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 complete, then an ABC, and then you hope to continue to push. So that's what I'll be looking for. If this just comes down and just like does a simple, you get a pretty big bounce and you kind of maybe an ABC, ABC, then you start to push down again. That's not good. That is not good. And you lose trend, and that's a retrace, push down, and that's it. That's all she wrote. It'll be done, and Bitcoin will die after that. Still left behind these lows. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see. Refresh. Nada. June. Which would bring rates to their highest mark since 1995. Look at that. See? There it is again, Piper. There it is again. Since 95? How many more years until the dot-com bubble popped? Because that's how much longer we have until it all goes to hell. Still nothing. They don't ever drop on time, man. Ever. All right, guys. That's going to be it for me this evening. Thank you all for joining me. I do greatly appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and hitting that notification bell to be notified for whenever I create new content when I go live. Ow. Sorry, I just hurt my foot somehow. I don't know. I guess it's old age or something. So yeah, had fun this evening. I appreciate you all. Wait a minute. Where'd my trade idea go? Oh, wait. Dang. Dropped all the way down to that POC. Interesting. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I will see you all tomorrow night. I'll see you all here tomorrow night. I'll see most of you in the chats, I'm sure, tomorrow. And yeah. Until then, trade safe. Use a stop loss. Use proper risk management. Potential reversal here on Bitcoin. For scalp long. Hey, so sorry, LBC just woke up from a nap. Who is that? Kelly? Inexcusable. Just kidding. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to buy time until I can find a song that I want to play. So if that's something that you like, smash that like button. Should we throw some fibs on it? Screw it. Doesn't really matter. All right, guys. Don't forget to join the Discord. Link is in the description. Wow, you guys are really listening to Pie Bear Market, aren't you? Link is in the description. Click on all the links, all the special things, and whatever. Oh yeah, follow me on X at Lunar Beaches, and that's it, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical. Sorry, there it is. Sleep, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Mad love. God bless. Ride the waves. Bye.
Yeah. LBC, Way Riders. Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Throw some fibs on it. Throw some fibs on it. Price pull back, throw some fibs on it. Got a clean setup, throw some fibs on it. Throw some fibs on it. Throw some fibs on it. Market maker lurking. Throw some fibs on it. Hit the golden pocket. Throw some fibs on it. Yeah. Pull up to the charts like I'm checking new wheels. Everybody bullish, but I'm watching how it feels. Moon boy screaming, bro, it's going straight up. Then the 10% candle got them throwing their lunch up. Piper in the chat saying protect that capital. Stop loss in place, every move mathematical. Wave riders surfing through the volatility. Diamond brains chilling while the crowd losing sanity. Got the V-Wap glowing, got the volume stacked. Got the market structure showing where the money at. Everybody buying tops, trying to get famous. I'm buying fear while the timeline getting anxious. Throw some fibs on it. Throw some fibs on it. Price pull back, throw some fibs on it. Got a clean setup, throw some fibs on it. Yeah. BTC King still running this town. All-season whispers got the dominance down. USDT rising, everybody getting nervous. Meanwhile, I'm zooming out and looking at the purpose. 4 year cycle, yeah, we seen this before. Same panic selling every time the market gets sore. All the gang laughing, got the memes on deck. Everybody calling bottoms, we just waiting for the check. Knowledge is profit, that's the slogan we preach. Lock your fibs, use a stop, keep emotions on the leash. LBC after dark, got the candles on glow. When the market gets wild, that's when the wave riders show. Red candles, green candles, up and down, round and round. Market maker trying to shake me out. I ain't leaving, I know what this game's about. Throw some fibs on it, throw some fibs on it. Golden pocket hit, throw some fibs on it. Wave rider drill, throw some fibs on it. Throw some fibs on it, throw some fibs on it. Bear trap spring, throw some fibs on it. Bull run loading, throw some fibs on it. LBC, Piper Academy, Wave Riders, Diamond Brain.